Hey, ladies, welcome to episode 29 of the Health, Life, and More podcast for women. I get a lot of questions and some interesting responses when people hear about my morning routine. So I thought it would be a great topic to dive into today on the podcast. Let's go. Welcome to the Health, Life, and More for Women podcast with certified health and life coach, mom of four, and just all-around lover of all things 80s, your host, Jennifer D'Amato. Buckle in, let's get started. Hey, ladies. So most people hear what time I wake up in the morning and pretty much immediately either have one of two responses. So they either say something like, you're totally crazy. Or I hear, oh, I could never do that. Usually followed by asking me, what time do you go to bed? All right, let's see which camp you fall into. Ready? So generally speaking, I wake up at 4:30 every morning. All right, what was your response? Am I crazy? Could you never do that? Are you wondering what time I go to bed? Now, I had been getting up at 4:10 every morning until recently. Okay, there it is. Now you think I'm totally bonkers. The reason I added that 20 minutes was just that. Like, I wanted 20 more minutes to sleep. I still go to bed around 9:30 is really the latest for me. Okay, so you've got me. I'm a morning person. I wasn't always. Well, I've never not been a morning person, but life at the time is always dictated at what time of the morning I was a morning person. I was still a morning person in college, just not until 8 or 9 a.m. But to be fair, there were nights I was up until the morning. I was a morning person even when I had babies. I just preferred 6 a.m., okay, sometimes 7 a.m., over the 5 a.m. they would actually wake me up. Here's what I believe. It doesn't matter what time you wake up. I believe it matters what you do with that time. It can set the tone for your entire morning, even your entire day. Think about it. If you wake up after 2 snoozes on the alarm, is snooze still a thing, right? People do that. You're going to end up feeling late or rushed. How does that affect the rest of your morning? You might feel rushed or behind all day. You can feel unprepared or like you're forgetting something all day long. Imagine how that affects how you end your day. Are you ending it feeling satisfied, or are you ending it feeling completely spent? If you feel rushed or behind all day and end your day feeling that same way, how will you enter another day? I believe being intentional with our morning can be a total game changer. It can change the end of our day just by how we start our day. I'm living proof of it, but I also hear it time and time again from my clients who make simple shifts in this area. Not all at once, but over time, feeling high levels of satisfaction from start to finish of their day. No, don't worry. I'm not having them wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I never suggest that. I do coach my clients on increasing their intuition in all areas. This is just one of them that comes up often, usually because they are ending their days not feeling satisfied. My morning routine is not perfect, but it's perfect for me. I wake up with the first alarm, no negotiations here. I read a verse of the day from my YouVersion Bible app, which usually gives me something to think about as I get dressed for the gym. After I'm dressed, I write 5 things I'm grateful for every day, and my 10 big dreams for my life and business, along with one goal I am currently working on. All the while, I'm drinking my 20 ounces of water. No social media. No email checking. A hug and prayer with my hubby, and then we head to the gym. My morning routine is spiritual self-care, emotional self-care, and physical self-care. I have been in the same routine for so long that honestly, it just goes like clockwork right now. I like to start every day as peaceful as possible. I also make myself and my health a priority. I know that if I don't, I won't. Period. I'm very task-oriented and I like to achieve goals. And I'm also a mom to 4. I learned the hard way that if I wasn't a priority in the morning, I wouldn't be a priority in the same way later in the day. Now, remember, at one point I had to make a choice. It wasn't always easy to get up before the sun and go work out. Heck, it's not always easy now. It's just a deeply rooted habit. Like anything we truly want to make a habit, there has to be a transformation. I actually had to transform my thinking and my nighttime routine to make my morning routine a success. And honestly, I'm okay with others laughing at my early bedtime because I know I'm winning my morning and my day. So how has my thinking transformed? Well, like I told you, I don't get on social media or my email in the morning. This is usually the opposite of what I hear from other people. You know, our phones are by our bed so often, and often that's our alarm clock. It's my alarm clock too. And I can tell you right now, my sweet iPhone has usually a minimum of 5 notifications when I wake up. There's days it's hard to not click into those, especially when I want to respond to a client or respond to somebody's comment. I just don't do it. I've learned that I need to set my focus for the day, not allow social media, email, work, business, clients to set my day, to set my mood, my emotions, the tone, or my speed for the day. That's really where that emotional self-care comes into play in the morning. As I told you, I really believe that spiritual self-care is a high priority. It should be. Now, you might not read the Bible, you might not pray, and that's okay. But to be able to connect with something that is greater than you, to be able to just move out of ourself and into that place where spiritually we're okay. Spiritually, we've connected to something greater. I choose to connect to God and to the Word of God every morning. And my husband and I make that choice to connect in prayer. It's something Craig Rochelle teaches. He's a great author, preacher, and podcaster himself. And he teaches where just those few moments, it's like a 30, 45-second prayer, but it's a spiritual self-care that we highly value. And then, of course, my physical self-care is the one everybody focuses on because they know I'm going to the gym in the morning. That's what they see on social media. I usually post when I'm walking into the gym or a workout that I've done. What they don't see is the time that was spent before I do the physical self-care. I include my water in that physical self-care, but honestly, water is everything to me. So including that, it just kind of goes into all areas of my life. I believe I show up better drinking that water. But I know what people are seeing. They're seeing the gym workout, not knowing I've done all this before I even arrive. And it's a choice. Again, I tell you, it's a choice to show up that way every day. So it wasn't just my thoughts, my mind that had to transform. It was also my night routine. I really believe the only way your morning routine is going to change is if your night routine changes. The morning success starts the night before. I've posted about this a few different times, and it's usually a picture of my filled up water bottle, my journal for the morning, and my workout clothes, shoes, bag, headphones, all of it laid out. Here's the thing. When we shift our night routine, we are setting the intentions for the next day. It actually is affecting our thoughts because we're telling ourselves, I'm planning on this. My husband's looks a little bit differently, even though he does get up and he's going to the gym and doing all these other things. He packs his bag because he showers at the gym, leaves from there, goes to his job, which is not at home like mine is. I can come home and take care of things. So his intentions are, I'm going to set my work clothes in my bag. I've got my workout clothes ready and all the things that I need to be able to go to work, including his breakfast, water cups, all the things that he needs. Again, it's that same mindset, that same night routine shift that's affecting how he shows up in the morning. Remember what I said at the beginning. My morning routine is not perfect, but it is perfect for me. I would venture a guess that my husband, whose morning routine looks ever so slightly different than mine, is perfect for him. So my question is, what's your morning like? Is it where you want it to be? If not, don't worry. I've got you covered. When I was creating this episode, I thought, it's one thing to just share this information, but what if I just helped you click the easy button? I did that for you. I actually created a one-page morning checklist for you. And you know what? Maybe you're most of the way there, but you want to really up-level your morning routine to fit more into your mornings. Maybe the idea of the emotional self-care or spiritual self-care is something you haven't been able to fit in, or maybe it's your physical self-care that you're not as consistent with and you want to fit that in. Now, you're going to notice on this free download that I made for you is you start the night before. I know you're not shocked by hearing that, but what you might be surprised is what you need to do to set those intentions. Now, here's how you can grab that. I'm going to provide a link in the show notes, or you can head to www.healthcoachforlife.com/blog. You're going to find episode 29 to grab your free copy of my Wake Up Well checklist. Now, what I did is I even left space for you to create items that are specific to your night routine. Like it could be making your kids lunch, or in your morning routine, which could include waking your kids up or driving your kids to school. I wanted to leave some space there for you to put in what is specific to your successful night routine and morning routine. I'm really excited for you to implement these small changes, and that's what they are. They're small changes. You might even see the checklist and go, oh, that's so easy. Why haven't I been doing this? Sometimes we just need that little extra support. I encourage you, put this checklist where you can see it. Maybe that's taped up on your bathroom mirror. You're going to see that probably before you go to bed and when you first get up in the morning. Maybe it's better for you to have it hanging on your fridge. Maybe you want multiple copies, one in the kitchen, one in your bathroom. Whatever it is, I want you to have it where you can visually see it. You could even download this checklist and just have it on your phone, because that's the first thing you check in the morning to check your schedule and your calendar. You're going to notice that's on there. And before you go to bed, you're checking to make sure you've set everything up for the next morning. However you decide to use this, I hope that it blesses you. I hope it gets you to where you want to be in your mornings, and that you can end every day feeling satisfied with how you showed up. So don't forget to grab your free download of the Wake Up Well checklist. I'm so glad that you tuned in today. Until next week. Hey ladies, did you know that you can find this podcast on Instagram? Just search Health, Life, and More for Women, and come follow along. You'll never miss when an episode is released or any of the behind the scenes fun that I'm having. I would also love if when you're listening, go ahead, tag the podcast, and I'll give you a shout out right on Instagram. If you're still struggling with knowing what to eat, if you're struggling with knowing, are you even hungry? Don't forget, I have a free ebook that I wrote just for you. Click the link in the show notes below or head to www.healthcoach4life.com. That's www.healthcoach4life.com. And don't worry, girl, I've got you covered for all the things you've ever needed. Just head to the show notes below. You'll find links to not only my free ebook, but I've provided links to all my social media platforms.